The morning mist hung low over Emmerdale, shrouding the village in an eerie silence. Birds chirped nervously, and even the river Emma seemed to flow more slowly, as if holding its breath. No one could have anticipated that by nightfall Emmerdale would be plunged into utter chaos. It all began with a phone call to the police station. D.I. Lawson's voice was tight with urgency as he relayed the news. A crucial piece of evidence had surfaced, one that could finally expose the killer who had terrorized the village for months. For weeks the community had been living in fear. First, it was a break-in at the Dingle farm, then a series of threatening notes appeared at the Woolpack, and now murder. Inside the pub, the villagers gathered, exchanging worried glances. Moira Dingle's hands trembled as she held her cup of tea, while Kane's jaw tightened, eyes scanning every shadow. "They'll never catch 'em," he muttered under his breath. But deep down, everyone knew that tonight the truth would come out, one way or another. Back at the station, D.I. Lawson and D.S. Harper pored over the evidence. The fingerprint lifted from the scene of the latest crime matched someone no one in Emmerdale expected, a familiar face, someone they trusted. The revelation hit Lawson like a thunderclap. It can't be. It has to be a mistake. But the lab report was clear. The killer had been hiding in Slimple sight all along. Meanwhile, at home farm, Victoria Sugden paced nervously. She had sensed something was off in the village for weeks. Late-night whispers, doors left ajar, strange deliveries. Her instincts had screamed danger. And now, as the police prepared to reveal the killer's identity, she realized she had to confront the truth before it tore the village apart. The announcement came at the village hall, where a crowd had gathered, buzzing with anxiety. D.I. Lawson stepped forward, holding the report in his hands. "Villagers of Emmerdale, the person responsible for the recent attacks and the murder of Peter Whiteley is—" He paused, glancing around the room. Every eye was on him, every breath held. "It's none other than David Metcalfe." The room erupted. Gasps, screams, and cries filled the air. David, standing frozen near the back, tried to speak, but no words came out. "This is insane! I didn't," he stammered. But the villagers were already closing in, anger and fear etched on every face. Chaz and Paddy were the first to react, rushing to confront him. "How could you?" Chaz shouted, tears streaming down her face. "We trusted you." Paddy grabbed David's arm, shaking him. "You've ruined everything." David's eyes darted around, desperate. I didn't mean to. It got out of hand." But no one was listening. The betrayal cut deeper than the fear, and in that moment the entire village felt the weight of the months of terror he had caused. Outside, the news spread like wildfire. Trucks slowed as people whispered from the roadside, and those inside their homes huddled together, shocked that the person they waved to every day was capable of such darkness. Even the animals seemed unsettled. Dogs barked incessantly, and the sheep along the river scattered. By nightfall, Emmerdale had changed. The Woolpack's laughter was replaced by quiet murmurs of disbelief. The Dingle farm's lights burned late, with family meetings and frantic calls to ensure everyone was safe. And home farm, usually a symbol of stability, was tense, its halls echoing with the news of betrayal. Yet, amid the chaos, there was a glimmer of hope. D.I. Lawson assured the villagers that justice would be served, and slowly the fear that had gripped Emmerdale began to ebb. People would heal, eventually. But one truth remained. Nothing would ever be the same again. Trust had been shattered, and the shadow of the killer's betrayal would linger long after the village returned to its daily rhythms. As the fog lifted the next morning, the sun revealed a village scarred but resilient, its people bound together by the horror they had endured. Emmerdale had survived the nightmare, but the memory of the shocking revelation would haunt its streets forever.